Hi, I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com, and all I have to say is Steve is back. The Steve Kangaroo Touring Gloves were famous, right? Hell, redid them, they improved upon it, or at least they thought they did with the Steve 2, and it just never got that same overwhelmingly warm reception that the initial pair of Steves did. So what did they do? They went back and they took the original forms, right? They used the fit pattern for the original Steve glove. They used that to stamp out all the kangaroo and the cowhide. A couple of updated materials used in the glove, but beyond that, the exact same fit. That brings us to the Steve Classic, all new for 2012 and probably very, very far beyond. Sizing. I normally wear a size 11 in the held line, which translates to a 2X. I've got on a 2X now. These things feel like butter, which is what the Steves were always famous for. Kangaroo palm. Special step seam is used on the fingers. When we get into the impact and abrasion areas, they use an internal seam. It's just more protective. See, that carries through to the index finger. Same thing here in the thumb. Additional overlay of kangaroo to help manage the wear of the gloves, keep the life cycle high. Some of the updated fabrics that we're seeing used in this is going to be right here in the palm. This super fabric replaces the old rivets. Behind that we have some energy absorbing foam. Super fabric is a man-made fabric that slides easily on the pavement and has a higher abrasion resistance than most other materials do. So that's why they've chosen to use that here in the palm of the glove. Energy absorbing foam protecting the knuckles. We have foam stitched in underneath each of the fingers, underneath the leather, to help protect them from impact as well. Very comfortable, right? Got kind of a higher density foam used here in the knuckles than we find in the fingers, so they articulate easily. Same concept here in the thumb. Dual closure, adjustment here at the wrist, gauntlet adjustment, and you'll see that protecting the end of the ulna here, we also have the same super fabric and energy absorbing foam that we showed you in the palm. Reflectives stitched in here, and there is a reflective panel here as well. All in all, what do we think? This is a very comfortable pair of gloves. They're intended to have that heirloom quality, right? You get them, you break them in, you ride in them, just have them for miles and miles and miles. One of the keys to doing that is washing your gloves. Okay, every now and again, you need to wash the gloves to get the sweat out of them. It's not a very difficult procedure. Essentially what you're going to do is get the glove wet, okay, run it underneath the water, use some nice warm water, use a little bit of soap, very mild soap. Get it on your hands, get your hands inside your gloves and kind of work them around a little bit. Maybe clean the exterior just a bit. Rinse them very, very, very thoroughly. Get all the soap out. Let them line dry. Perhaps just a tickle of leather conditioner when you're done to keep them soft. It's the salt in our sweat that can rot the hide on the gloves. Okay, and that is really their worst enemy. You remove the salt from the glove, they're going to last longer. So you'll have your favorite pair of perfectly broken in gloves for absolutely as long as possible. And I know a lot of the guys that are using these Steves, they're high mileage guys, put on a ton of miles, so it really means something to them where they can keep that favorite pair of gloves going as long as possible. I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com. Steve's back in the house.